We got Marathon that's coming out in probably a week from now, right? It's next week, I think. It's just the server slam. So we're going to try that. So if you really are like on the fence on getting this game right now, and I would go watch some gameplay of Marathon. I'm not sure if you're going to prefer that type of game. I think it's going to be, honestly, at this point for Marathon, I kind of think that, like, I had high hopes for it initially because there really wasn't a good extraction shooter out there. Arc Raiders wasn't out when this was initially coming out. And so I was pretty optimistic, and I thought people were going to be like, yo, once you guys see an extraction shooter and what these games are like, I think you're going to like it, especially on controller, especially on console, especially, you know, crossplay, the full everything. I think people are going to like this game. Ran into a bunch of issues. Obviously, Arc Raiders came out, and that kind of stole the thunder right there. And baby, now everybody's like, because people were like, F this, nah, F extraction shooters. These are the worst games ever. Oversaturated, trash game type. And then Arc Raiders came out, and everybody's like, wait a second. Maybe these are kind of fun. Maybe these are kind of fun. And to be fair, even at that time, they were not planning on having prox chat and Marathon. They were not planning on having solos or do it. Like, they totally revamped everything based on this game crushing. These guys, it really worked out for these guys. That was just, it slipped. It slipped. Yeah, Helldivers was good. That game's still kicking it. But then, obviously, they ran into a bunch of drama as well. Then I thought the game was totally canceled. Now it's coming back around. I think a lot of people are thinking this is going to be another Highguard type situation, Concord type situation from at least... I haven't dove into it a lot lately, but I've seen comments saying this. I'm not sure how many people think this as well, but I think there's more of an audience who's kind of interested in this from the Destiny player base. Not all of them. I think a lot of them really like the PvE side, but there are PvP Destiny players. There's a sub-niche there that'll probably be interested in this. I do think there's a first-person player extraction shooter that's going to be interested in this, which is like Delta Force. And I loved Delta Force. You guys know I put 500 hours in that game. Dude, I want to go back and play that. I'm liking playing some new stuff right now. But it's kind of like that, but a little bit more like sci-fi, Halo, Destiny style, like bigger jumps, higher health pools, some of those types of things. Whereas like in Delta, I mean, you could just one-tap people pretty easily on that, especially if you have the right ammo type. I mean, we'll see how it goes exactly on this. But anyways, I do think there is some potential for a smaller niche on it. I don't think it's necessarily, you know, gangbusters, like massive. That's really on them and how good the game, how deep it really is and how much there is really to do. But I think there's kind of going to be more of a subset. At least I think too, even more so of a subset than Highguard. Like, I don't know if Highguard really has an audience. I think it played pretty well of a game, like gameplay wise, but it's not really for me. Like, it's a very competitive, very small style, different type of game. But the extraction, very much so, I am more interested in. So I feel like there's more potential for it. But that being said, this game is Marathon is also going to be ranked. It's going to be like PvP, competitive type of environment, which we haven't really seen in an extraction shooter before. But that's never really my forte anyway, so I don't know. I feel like it has more legs, but when I played it in the first beta, I didn't really like it. I didn't really have any fun. And, you know, the stamina, even just like the loot that you got, didn't care. But also, like, the game wasn't out. That's why I'm also concerned about the tech test, because the tech test I'm also not going to care because you're not building anything. You don't get the correct vibe of an extraction shooter in a beta or tech test or alpha. That's why I only play them for a day usually, and then I try to stop myself from playing it. But Marathon was different. I wasn't even trying to stop myself. I just didn't really have a good time on it. So we'll see if this time's different, though, because I also played that a little late. Maybe playing day one will be the difference. You know, obviously I made a lot of changes. Maybe having the proper stuff that, like, Arc has now, maybe it'll be good. I hope. I'd rather have a good game to play.